Alright guys, welcome to another beer review on a slightly cooler, albeit a little bit wet, summer evening. Today's been the hottest day. I can't. It's definitely been the hottest day of the year, but I'm not sure if it's been the hottest day on record. I know in some places temperatures were pushing 40 degrees, and it's like, no thank you. Um, I'm okay with what we had today, which I thought was awful. But yeah, it's the evening now as I'm recording this. I'm sat in the garden, a little bit cooler, and there's a little bit of a very gentle rain, and I'm happy. I'm happy with that, to be honest. And today we're looking at something a little bit special, and one that I was managed to get hold of thanks to my good friend Harry from Bluenose Beer Reviews, or as I like to know him, as Beer Bay. And yeah, so if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have been able to get my hands on this one. So, massive thank you, Harry. Got this and another beer from the brewery, as well as 2 cans of Daya because it's Daya and it's dirt cheap. Anyway, so we're going over. I have had a couple of beers from this brewery, but I think we recorded a few reviews when we were in Birmingham, but I've never actually um, properly reviewed a beer from these guys. And we're going over to the Treehouse Brewing Company over there in Massachusetts, and we're having a look at a can of Spring, which, by the way, absolutely gorgeous artwork. No credits on the can as to who actually designed it, but yeah, it's just so nice and beautiful, isn't it? Really nice and simple illustration of some flowers. So, the description for this one is Spring is an imperial IPA brewed with the spirit and character of the season in mind, utilising a very pale malt bill and a huge dose of American hops, including Warrior, Amarillo, Mosaic, and Citra. Spring pours a glowing yellow in the glass and emits aromas of tangerines, pomelos, and cantaloupe. The flavour follows suit, rounding an immensely juicy and vibrant beer, the perfect beverage to enjoy our yearly rebirth here in New England. And what a wonderful image that conjures up. So yeah, American double IPA in a pint can. I'm not too sure what the ABV is, but it doesn't really matter. It's not going to be too high with it being a double IPA. And this was canned on the 19th of June 2019. It's now just past a month. We're on the 25th of July, so really quite fresh, to be honest. Which is just extraordinary that we're able to now, under specific circumstances, of course, be able to get hold of beers like this. And the UK trailblazers of the, or one of the trailblazers of the hazy juice bomb IPA, and printed on the bottom of the can it says "Among the Wildflowers." Don't know if you can see that or not. But yeah, I really don't want to peel this label off just in case it damages the label itself. So I'll probably just be keeping hold of that can, to be honest. So yeah, nice bit of Treehouse. Picked up a can of the Doppelganger as well, and it was a nice little selection. Although I was intending on picking up some other half, but you're not going to grumble at reasonably priced Treehouse. So, using my tool glass for this, and already it seems to be so silky smooth, it's not actually making a noise as it's pouring in the glass. Looks absolutely beautiful. Lovely sort of peachy compote look to it. It's turbid as anything. Looks a bit more vibrant on camera. But yeah, that just looks like you could put your finger in the middle of it and it would leave an indent. It just looks that dense. But beer poured about 2 fingers worth of a white head. But yeah, there's no light coming through that at all. It's just absolutely wonderful, isn't it? Looks fantastic. So let's give it a sniff. Yes. Oh, that's beautiful. It's juicy, it's hoppy, but it's rounded as well. It's not too overly potent, so it's not, you know, promising you the world on the nose like some IPAs can, which is not a bad thing. But how many times you had a really beautiful smelling IPA and that first taste is just like, oh, still really beautiful and solid, but ever so slightly deflating as well. But this is just really nice, gentle citrus, tangerine, a little bit of mango, passion fruit, not as tart, but then there's this nice, slight, almost resiny carrots coming through, like a very subtle level of dankness. But aside from that, it's just a gentle, well-balanced and fruity smelling IPA. It smells really damn nice. So without any further ado, let's give it a taste and see what we get. Cheers, and thanks again, Harry. You're a wizard, Harry. There we go. And it does not disappoint. That is absolutely wonderful. There is this, with this beer, the usual suspects, obviously. But there's almost like a cayenne pepper character coming through, or a bell pepper cayenne pepper sort of flavour. A little bit of greenness in there, but not that sort of like harsh. Oh, it's too young green. Not as sweet as you would expect, which is nice. Just the right amount level of sweetness. Lovely thick body to it. Spot on carbonation. It's not, you know, in your face. It's really quite, it's flavoursome but understated and balanced, which I think is so important with beers like this. I've no idea what the ABV on this one is, but for a double IPA, there's no harshness at all. I think with it being about a month old, I think I'm drinking it just at the right time, because there is still a little bit of sharpness from the hops, but just the right amount. But then again, I don't know what this was like, you know, the next day after it's canned. You know, and as soon as you can get hold of it. But, yeah, and the flies are here. Really like that bitterness on the back end. It's a genuinely fruity bitterness. And yeah, there's this very subtle cayenne pepper like heat coming through, which I'm really liking with this beer. And do you know what, flavour wise, as much as I'm loving this beer, here in the UK, I think, right, from my experience with these beers from the US, I personally think that we're matched when it comes to the utilisation of hops in beers like this. The one thing that I've always thought, and this actually cements the idea, is that the American breweries are still up there in terms of the texture and the mouthfeel of these hazy IPAs. Because I think with the likes of Daya, Cloudwater, Verdant, Pressure Drop, you name it, those breweries who are becoming known, like Northern Monk in their Patrons Project series. Then you've got the likes of Stig Begits, Mikkeller, Tuol, Evil Twin, First Viacek. We're coming to that point now here in Europe where we are giving the American breweries are run for their money. And I don't think that's a bad thing, because it helps. You know, it's not about, oh, we're better at brewing beers than you are. It's not about that. No one gives a shit about that aspect of things. Can't remember how much I paid for this can. I think it's about 12 to 13 quid for it, maybe a little bit more. I'm not too upset that I've paid that, even though I think we have beers here in the UK that can match these sorts of beers. But yeah, it's beautiful. Really, really is. There's a little bit of sherbetiness there. There are these little characteristics that, although I think we match, there's still something about this beer that's just a little bit unique. There's some little twists and turns, and again, that cayenne pepper sort of character, which I don't know where that's coming from in the genetic makeup of the beer itself. Just adds a little bit of a unique twist. And what I really like about it is there's genuine bitterness on the back end, and it's not too heavy in terms of sweetness. You could drink this, and get so carried away with it. And I'm really excited to try the can of Doppelganger now. But I wanted to buy these beers because I wanted to see if I felt the same way with what I thought about the UK breweries specifically. I think we are absolutely nailing these beers in the UK, but these guys are doing a great job as well, and that's a beautiful beer. So in terms of a rating, I'm going to give that one an 8.5 out of 10. Treehouse Brewing Company out of Massachusetts. Thank you, Harry, for letting me buy this, and yeah, I will be buying more from breweries like this. Definitely check it out if you can, and yeah, check out the brewery, and thank you all for watching, and I shall hopefully see you later. Cheers.